Control has announced 35 new cases of COVID-19 in Nigeria. Lagos has 9, Kano 8, Yobe 7, Rivers 4, Akwa Ibom 3, FCT 2, and Katsina 1. There are now 165,979 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the country. 156,468 have been discharged, while 2,067 persons have died of the virus. In an effort to checkmate the increasing cases of obstetric fistula and rehabilitate its victims, a health facility has been constructed and inaugurated to this effect in Contagra, Niger State. Hussein Musa reports that the project, which is the brainchild of the wife of the Niger State Governor, Dr. Amina Abubakar Bello, will also impart the patients with skills before integrating them back to the society.
Nigeria still shares a high burden of obstetric fistula, popularly called VVF, with about 1 million women living with the dehumanizing condition. Northern Nigeria accounts for more than 50% of the cases due to socio-cultural beliefs characterized by poor health facilities. The establishment of the center to tackle the increasing menace head-on, which saw the pet project of the wife of the Niger State Governor raise foundation in collaboration with other relevant organizations, establish obstetric fistula camps where about 300 women were treated successfully. The facility, named after the wife of the Niger State Governor, Dr. Amina Bello Health Center, consists of a theater, 2 post-obstetric ward, a hostel, and skill acquisition center to address all aspects of VVF treatment and rehabilitation of its patients, as well as to serve as a hub for prevention programs across the north.
Additionally, we have trouble tracking the women for follow-up after their treatment, and so we were not able to rehabilitate those who came from far.
One person cannot do it alone. The leadership is important, but she needed to have all this support.
The Federal Ministry of Health will be more than willing to support this center in all areas possible.
This foundation and Mainstream Foundation came together and put this together. So definitely it's something to rejoice about, because it will change the lives of hundreds of thousands of women.
The inauguration of the center, which coincides with the International Day to End Obstetric Fistula, popularly called VVF, seeks to correct the misconception that the cause of the condition is not early marriage, but prolonged obstructed labor. Emina Hussein Musa, NTA News.
And a bit of road safety. In line with the theme of this year's United Nations Road Safety Week, Street for Life, the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo State Command has pledged to ensure enforcement of recommended speed limit in the overall interest of Nigerians. Faith Igwilo reports that the officers have already commenced regular checks on the roads to ensure compliance.
The United Nations Global Road Safety Week is known to be a medium used globally to raise awareness of road safety in order to make changes that will reduce the rate of deaths and injuries from road traffic crashes. For the Federal Road Safety Corps Imo State Command, the week is used to engage in aggressive campaign against traffic violations, especially around built-up areas. The sector commander Joshua Adekoye, who frowned at the level of recklessness exhibited by drivers along internal roads, stresses the need to abide by the speed limits recommended by the United Nations.
The theme for this program that we're having is Street for Life. And from our records, we discovered that most crashes that do happen, they happen as a result of speed. And if we can reduce our speed, it will definitely reduce crashes on our roads. And we have cases of hit and run mostly on our streets, and that is why we are even appealing to the general public that they should reduce their speed.
We apologize for that hitch. Moving on, Kaduna State plans to employ additional 5,000 road marshals to ensure safer roads in line with the United Nations revised target of reducing road crashes, deaths and injuries by 50% come 2030. The State Commissioner for Works, Balaraba Aliu Inuwa, stated this in Kaduna. Ahmed Mohammed Usman reports.
Records show that the first decade of action for road safety, officially proclaimed by the United Nations General Assembly with the aim of reducing road crashes by 50% in 2020, expired with the inability of middle and low-income countries to meet the said targets. As a result, the United Nations Declaration was reviewed and extended as a second decade of action, starting from 2021 to 2030.
When crashes or accidents happen, they are not protected with technologies like airbag. So there's tendency of serious injuries and sometimes fatalities. So the United Nations looked at the seriousness of this issue and then declared the theme for 2021. The highways statistics reveal quite a lot of road traffic crashes happen as a result of speed. And so we need to crash the speed.
Kaduna State government has already established some ministries that are saddled with the responsibility of regulating traffic, promising to do a lot more towards the realization of the 2030 target.
If there's any accident, at least 1 or 3 issues may likely happen. Loss of life, loss of property or injuries.
We work hand in hand with them for all areas where the concentration of their help is needed. For example, we work together when there are areas of, when there are public holidays or festive periods.
The new advocacy is to reduce the normal speed of 60 km per hour to 30 km per hour speed for cities, especially where people mix with traffic. In Kaduna, Ahmed Mahmoud Usman, NTA News.
The Lagos-Ibadan standard gauge rail line is set for inauguration. Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi at the inspection tour says President Muhammadu Buhari is expected to perform the inauguration ceremony on the 10th of June this year. Oninaya Kaloka reports.
Minister of Transportation Chibuike Rotimi Amechi arrived in the mega station to kickstart the inspection tour from Lagos to Ogun and Oyo states, covering the 386-kilometer tracks. His major concern stepping out of the vehicle is the level of completion.
Are you ready? This is our last question. Are you ready? You're ready for commissioning. Because you see, we want to visit the president by giving us middle week of June. We won't come again. The next time you see us here is commissioning. We are good to that.
The inspection tour took the minister and his team to the 10 stations.
You will see that the 10 or 11 stations are almost ready. Some of the underpasses are ready.
In fact, even if we want to commission within the next 10 days, we should be able to do it by mobilizing additional hands. So we're going to be on the contractor's neck to make sure that they achieve the target.
At the APM terminals, Apapa, with 8 new standard gauge tracks added and 3 narrow gauge tracks rehabilitated.
We intend to move cargoes from the seaport up to Ibadan. So some people may have to move their cargoes to Kano from Ibadan.
It has been breathtaking. Like, seriously, we need this kind of development, you understand?
This is said to be the last inspection tour of the double-track standard gauge rail line, as President Buhari is expected to perform the inauguration ceremony on the 10th of June 2021. Oyinaya Kalo Oka, NTA News.
And for happenings in the world of sports, let's join Badi Adile.
The Made in Abuja All-Stars Invitational Football Tournament kicked off on Saturday at the Go Project pitch of the Moshood Abiola National Stadium, with match day 1 producing some interesting results. Host team Abuja All-Stars lost 1-2 to Unity Sports Foundation in the tournament opener, with Capital Sportive and Like Minds playing goalless. CKSA recorded a 2-1 win over Kuje All-Stars, with Nyanya All-Stars beating Metro City 1-0.
First of all, I thank God Almighty, because it's not by my power. Let's go and win. That's our slogan. So I am that confident that we'll make it to the final.
I'm overwhelmed with joy and knowing that we are beating the best or perceived the best team in the tournament.
It's just the first game, but it's working as well as we planned. Unfortunately, we lost. Their goalkeeper was exceptional, and we played well.
Meanwhile, the Nigerian Mini Football Association has invited 60 players to camp as screening begins for the upcoming Africa Mini Football Cup of Nations in Ibadan, Oyo State. Players who make the cut will go for the final campaign for the second Mini Football AFCON, scheduled for the 8th to 17th July 2021. Elsewhere, Tyson Fury has vowed to beat Deontay Wilder for the second time after signing the contract for a third World Heavyweight title fight in Las Vegas on July 24. The WBC champion was ordered by an arbitration court to face Wilder next, disrupting plans for an undisputed world title clash against Anthony Joshua, with the Nigerian-born British boxer having been ordered by the WBO to defend his belt against mandatory challenger Alexander Usyk. With sports update, Bade Adeleye, NTA News.
And sports update with Bade Adeleye ends nationwide today. Thank you so much for your time. Don't forget to connect with us at the NTA. Stand Against Rape and Rapists. Good evening.